Wellington snapping into action.
Concerned that we are now exposed to Australia's risks.
Testing stations straining with the onslaught.
I just feel so sore.
Okay, no problem. You need to go home and you can make an appointment for tomorrow.
So overrun, sick people were being turned away, told to call Healthline. Problem is, it's overrun too.
I couldn't get through to Healthline, so that was pretty difficult.
It was a lack of information for sure.
Even a key location of interest, Jack Hacketts' Irish pub, struggling to get through.
Trying to get hold of Healthline, which hasn't been very easy.
And that's not the worst of it. The Ministry of Health failed to let the pub know the COVID case had hung out there most of Saturday night. So they opened to around 50 people at 7 this morning for the football.
It would have been nice to have known a couple of hours beforehand to save us from opening, but, we're doing what we can now.
I didn't personally know, but the team at Regional Public Health had elicited that information, but you will understand that there is then a process of looking at that information to assess what the risk is.
Around 8:30 last night, the Director-General told the COVID Minister about the case. 10 hours later, the public was told. Then it took nearly 3 hours before the first 6 of 15 locations of interest were revealed, allowing the busy Wellington morning commute to take place.
I don't know why they waited until after people got to work and therefore possibly compromised the health of their workmates.
Speed is of the essence, and so it is a little bit patchy, but we get information out as quickly as we possibly can.
It was left to businesses like Floridita's Cafe to post on social media that they were locations of interest before the ministry got its act together.
The fact private businesses were alerting people before the Minister of Health got onto it is frankly disgraceful.
A news hub can reveal that because the ministry took so long to reveal those hotspots, even the Director-General of Health himself came into close contact with someone who'd been at the Te Papa exhibition at the same time as the New South Wales case. We also understand another close contact went to an event last night attended by the Prime Minister, Deputy Prime Minister Judith Collins, David Seymour and Chloe Swarbrick.
By being so sluggish to release those locations, you exposed more people to risk, didn't you?
Oh, look, I don't think it would be fair to characterise that as sluggish.
The government's also accused of being too sluggish to pause the travel bubble with New South Wales, especially given the outbreak there involves the hyper-virulent Delta strain.
Once it was clear that there was an outbreak in Sydney involving the Delta variant, and once there was obviously a few cases which weren't easy to account for, the bubble should have been closed.
Even now that it is closed, the Prime Minister's undeterred. She's still planning to travel to Australia in 12 days' time.
Was that responsible, though, to still
I will never do anything that I consider to be irresponsible or unsafe. That's why we continue to take it under advisement.
Safety first. Now the government just needs to work on being hasty second.
Well, kia ora, Tova. Is COVID feeling pretty close to home for the government?
Yes, Sam. Wellington City is a village. Everyone knows everyone, goes to the same places. It's also, of course, home to the political beltway. So that 1 or 2 degrees of separation means coming into closer contact with this place and the people running the COVID response. Kiwis want to do the right thing. They'll stay home, isolate, get tested if they need to, but they can't do that if they don't have the information, if they don't know that they've been hanging out in the same places as a COVID case. And we have done this dance before. There is simply no more excuses. The government needs to be better. It needs to act faster.